Hi all, Alex, After Baby Fit, and I have another 12-minute Tabata here for you, and we are focusing all on the lower body. I am going to be using a single set of 10-pound dumbbells today. This is definitely 12 minutes where, let's do some butt kicks while we're talking, where you could go heavier and maybe go fewer reps. You could go way heavier and way cut down on the reps, or you can keep it a little light, which I'm doing. I'm going to get a little more speed today. I want to get a little more cardio out of it. So that's just what I decided today. But it is your 12 minutes to do what you want with. And yeah, just really make it yours and repeat it and change things up. Today, Tabata style means double the amount of work to rest ratio. That means we are going to be working 40 seconds and resting 20 seconds during a minute. We have a couple, or one, I should say, single-sided movement, which is a single leg bridge we're going to start with. And I'm going to do that for 20 seconds on one side with a really quick, just one foot down, the other foot up, transition, so that I get to split the time. All right, if you'd rather do one leg for the entire 40 and then do 40 on the next one, totally fine. We've got 4 movements, so we're doing it 3 times, so just make sure on that last one you're splitting it in half. One other thing I want to note, we are going to do a deadlift to a squat. So a couple really quick notes. Deadlift seems like such a simple movement, but it's so complex. We're going to take our feet about hip distance, maybe slightly wider if that's comfortable for you. I want you to think about your hips being pulled to the wall behind you. Look at my knees. They're over my ankles, right? My knees are not going forward. Again, this is going to be a pretty light weight for me, a very light weight for me with a deadlift. So I'm going to keep my knees soft, but I'm not going to have a lot of bend as I come down. My back is going to stay nice and neutral, and I can already, even just with body weight, feel a really good stretch and pull through the hamstrings. All right, if your hips are really tight and you're not feeling that, you might need to bend a little bit more and then send your butt back. But for me, I need to keep those legs a little straighter, soft bend. We're going to be going down the front of the legs. Exhale up. As soon as you feel yourself bending forward to get lower, you have gone too far. Keep your spine really nice and neutral and keep drawing your shoulder blades together so you've got that nice proud chest rather than letting that weight pull you forward. All right, we're going to start body weight only. We're going to start on the ground, 40 seconds on the clock for work. I'm going to keep my eye on the clock. I'm going to switch at 20 seconds. If a single leg bridge does not fit your current fitness level, keep both of those feet down. All right, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. All right, first 40 seconds. My leg is going to go up. You could also add a weight onto that left side. So my left leg is down. You can add a weight there. The goal here is to keep your hips nice and level, right? So my right hip really wants to drop down. Don't let it. We're going to switch right back up. Exhaling on the way up. My toes are in contact with the ground, but I'm driving through the heel, really getting into that hamstring. We end in 3, 2, 1. Good. Quick transition. I'm going to come to standing. We're going to go into a wide squat with 1 dumbbell. Again, this is pretty light. I might actually go ahead and just hold both of these at my chest, or resting on the shoulders. All right, wide feet, toes out. Inhale down, exhale, drive through the heels. Inhale down, exhale, drive through the heels. Right, keeping those knees wide. Watch for your knee. You might want to buckle in as you come up. Do not let it. Keep pulling with the outside of the quad, pushing with those inner thighs. We want the knee to stay in line with the second and third toes, but that does not mean the knee is doing the pulling. We're using those big muscles in our butt and in our quads to make this happen. All right, now keeping those 2 weights, feet hip distance. We're gonna go deadlift, weight flips next to us, narrow squat. All right, deadlift first, nice tall posture, proud chest. 2, 1. All right, hips go to the back wall, stretch through the hamstrings, exhale up, weights to our sides, and squat. Down the front of the legs with those palms, down the side of the legs with the palms. Deadlift, feel that stretch in the hamstring. Squat, you should feel this right in the center of the glute. Watch the knees again here. Keep them tracking over the second and third toes. Don't let them squeeze together. Really important you start that exhale as you start pushing away from the ground. All right, nice. We are gonna do our final movement. It's gonna be a lateral lunge. I'm gonna alternate legs here. We're gonna take a step out with that weight and in. All right. Again, if you would prefer to do 20 seconds on one side, go ahead and do that. If this does not feel good on your knees, take a wide stance and just go side to side. It's going to be a little less pressure on that knee for you. Still really effective movement into the butt. This step gets a little more on the inner thigh. 3, 2, whoop, lost my balance. 1. Okay, coming down for movement number 1, I'm gonna go ahead and take one of my dumbbells with me. I've got 10 seconds to transition. You grab a sip of water. Okay, resting one dumbbell on the leg and up. Make sure to hold that dumbbell in place if you have it there. Again, feel free to modify these movements to suit your fitness level, your needs, your desires today. Doesn't have to be the same as tomorrow. Let's switch. I'm a couple seconds behind there. I'll start with this leg on the third set. Keep that pubic bone, breastbone. Don't let that low back feel this. Keep this nice and tight here. All right. Getting this mat out of the way. And we're going to go into that wide squat. Both dumbbells on the shoulders or centered here. Toes are slightly turned out so that you can really give your hips plenty of space and work on your depth. All right, good. Keep those knees out. Keep pulling with those quads. You got this. Take your time or speed it up depending on what weight you have and what you're trying to get out of this exercise today. It's 12 minutes. Let's make it yours. All right. There we go. Deadlift to that narrow squat. All right. I was talking a big game about light weights and I'm feeling it. Definitely feeling breathy. 5 seconds. Nice proud chest. Drop the shoulder blades down. And feet are more narrow, palm switch, and narrow squat. So you're sending your butt back on the deadlift, straight down on the squat. Back on the deadlift, stretch into that hamstring, down into that squat. There we go. We're getting there. 15 seconds. If this feels too complex for you right now, go ahead and just stick with the deadlift or stick with the narrow squat. You do not have to do this transition every time or do a few reps of each. All right, coming into those lateral lunges. All right, for camera's sake, I'm gonna go one side for 20 seconds, and then I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the other side. My butt's gonna go way back like I'm sitting in a chair. All right, I'm gonna go right leg first. Those weights are framing my lower leg. My butt is going straight back, like I'm doing a single leg squat. If you have one weight, that's also an option. Maybe just extend that weight down towards the opposite foot. All right, lots of options here. Go ahead and switch. Again, finding that really good range of motion. See if you can get those hips nice and low. Woo, and last round is coming up. Okay, we've got 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left. I'm gonna start with the weight on my left side since I had a few extra seconds. On the right, exhale up. Big booty squeeze at the top, especially on that same side as the foot that's down. That's the side that's really working. This side, it's a lot of oblique and hip. Trying to keep that side up. All right, let's switch. Right up to the sky. No curve in the back. Stay nice and neutral. All right. 3 more to go. 3 minutes of work left. We're gonna pick up those 2 weights for our wide squat. Our feet are gonna go wider than our hips. Toes slightly turned out to make plenty of space for those hips. Let's do it. Big glute squeeze at the top. Pubic bone and breastbone pull. Again, feel free to adjust the weight. Maybe 1 dumbbell is enough. Maybe you want to add to it and do a little total body. Throwing in an overhead press for a thruster. Make it yours today. Find the right challenge for you. Under 10 seconds. You're almost there. We've got 2 movements after this. All right. Deadlift to narrow squat. My feet are about hip distance. Remember, keep that neutral spine. Hips go back. We get our hips out of the way instead of bending down to meet our toes. Deadlift. Flip the palms, squat. There we go. Use that exhale. Okay, inhale down. That exhale, if you start it as you start pressing up, you're in that pull. Just gonna protect that pelvic floor. Gonna get that lift. Ooh, all right. We've got 1 more. We've got that lateral lunge. So I'm gonna go single side for 20 seconds. We go in 10. Remember, nice tall posture. Don't let that weight pull you forward. You should be feeling that tightness right in that mid upper back. Keeping those weights in place. All right. We're going to switch sides here. Last movement. 12 minutes. You gave yourself today in less than 15 minutes. You get your heart pumping, you get that sweat going, you get to lift some heavy things and build that strength. Great work today. All of my 12-minute Tabata videos can be found on my YouTube page, Alex at After Baby Fit. And I hope you come back for more. Follow me on Instagram too, AJ.AfterBabyFit, and I'll see you soon. Hope you enjoy.